Bees chapstick is the best, honestly.
Yes, it is.
Like, you know, like,
So the best.
it's like
And it's vanilla flavor.
vanilla flavored Burt's Bees.
Wait, they have vanilla flavored Burt's Bees?
I didn't even know about that.
It's vanilla bean.
This whole time I've always just been using regular Burt's Bees.
Wow, now you're like,
So
now you're gonna
what's
change.
your go-to like chapstick
Well, I don't
if you had
really-
one
It's
on,
a
on
turning
the
point in
fly?
your life.
I don't really like vanilla that much, actually.
Are you sure?
It's
Have him try it. Let him try it.
No, thank you.
No, yeah, I would say Burt's Bees because I used to do what was the other one? The
Carmex?
not Carmex.
The regular chapstick?
What was it?
It's called chapstick.
She was at the
Right?
club.
Oh, the one that just says chapstick on it, right?
Does
It
it?
comes with like black, red,
Yeah,
green,
blue. That one.
the medicated one. Yeah, it's called chapstick.
All right, that one.
That one?
That used to be like every Hispanic's like.
My go-to
Most
one.
people use that.
No, my go-to one is the green one actually. The green one, green fucking chapstick.
What are you doing?
Hey, Spencer. What's up, buddy?
Jesus.
Hey, it's Easter. Well,
Hey, it's Fluffy.
It's not
Can't use
Easter
that.
yet. It's 10:13 still.
Well, it's gonna come out on Saturday.
well, I mean, it's gonna come out tomorrow. isn't it?
No, it's not gonna come out tomorrow
Tomorrow's
because
gonna be-
it's fucking
no,
Sunday.
Yeah, no, this one's gonna come out on
We
Monday.
can't use that because I said an F word. So, yeah,
You gotta control your potty mouth.
I
Arnold.
can't honestly. I can't. But it's,
For
you know,
you,
there's
you just need to bear with it for like the first few minutes.
those few minutes. I can't. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. You know, like
He just has to drop an F-bomb.
yeah, I have to get it out of my system at least once before we start recording. So
okay.
at least we're giving you some like cushion to put this in. So
All right.
yeah, so there's that.
Sure. All right. Well,
Are you happy with that?
Not really.
Cool.
I'm not really happy with that. But you're
Well,
listening
then
to episode 25 of the Heycast, the #1 gaming podcast in our
Hey.
hearts. So today we have Spencer.
I'm gonna
here,
drink my
Yeah.
water.
I'm here again.
here with us.
Hooray.
What you remember what episode you were in?
We
It's
were
like-
talking about... No.
Let's
We were
talk
talking
about
about Fallout 76 and...
Metro Redux.
How it sucked.
Yeah.
We talked about
And,
Fallout 76
and,
sucking a lot.
and then the exclusivity of Metro.
Oh yeah, the Metro exclusivity. I don't remember what episode that was though. I think it was
That was
like,
like episode
Before
75.
it came out.
I think it was episode like 12 or something.
No, it's like 74.
But technically, this is like
we have 74 episodes.
Yeah, dude. It's just pre-recorded. No one knows about them
What
though.
we should do is like we should just upload one podcast per day, but every episode is like 10 seconds long, right?
Oh,
just get
okay.
a word in. That's it.
so like the number of our podcasts is just like really high.
Hey,
And
welcome to
everybody-
podcast 300, and then it just ends.
Just
Oh my
cut
god!
And then wait for the,
the
next
intro,
one.
the outro of each video and such like that. So
Every episode is like one word of a sentence.
you know
Well, I
how
mean-
long that will take for one episode to fully come out?
What do you mean?
So like if you put like all like to control, right?
a whole month.
Like yeah.
Oh, so
You-
so you're saying like each of these episodes is one big episode.
one big episode,
Okay.
yeah.
It's like in The Simpsons where they have that show on TV, and when you put it all together, it's the actual show.
I wasn't actually a big Simpson watcher.
Well,
so-
if you look it up, there's a show that's on TV sometimes, and when you actually put all the clips together, it makes like an episode of a show.
Okay.
I love Spencer.
Oh, interesting.
Spencer has like
Spencer has all the interesting
Yeah, he does.
trivia.
Thanks.
I mean, technically, we're all here because
You can get some pretty cool information
Yeah,
off,
Josh's like way in the
internet.
background
You can't see
handling
him.
the stream stuff
Yeah.
because we don't have enough microphones for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So please like our videos because
This is all your fault, Spencer.
This helps us.
Giacomo can't be on the episode.
Sorry,
because you
bye
wanted to come on.
guys. Bye. See you later.
Dude, you know what I really want right now is a cool like beer. Yes, that's what I want.
A what?
Like a cool beer. It's called Dirt Wolf IPA. It's like it's a fucking weird drink that I saw some people
You're an
drinking.
alcoholic, you
It's
know
a very
that?
specific.
I barely fucking
we-
drink.
we
You're
all
the fucking
are.
alcoholic and I
we all
am.
are. I'm not ashamed.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Could be doing some like white girl.
Getting white girl wasted.
Yeah, white girl. You never heard of white girl? The term
I know what I know.
Booger
the
sugar?
What?
booger sugar.
Booger sugar?
Math. He's talking about math.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Cocaina.
Coke.
Oh.
Yeah. So you don't know the terms. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know the slang terms for.
Well, then you're
meth.
not. Yeah, you're not. Get it
And
with it,
heroin
dude.
and
Get
stuff.
with it.
I don't do drugs. I'm
Me either, but I just
I'm an
know of
innocent
them.
young Asian boy.
I just know of these words. Okay?
I'll you know what drug I do? Math.
You don't even do math.
I hope that caught it. I hope the gates
hope
caught
the
that.
microphones caught that.
Say it louder in the back.
Say it louder.
Oh boy. So what have you guys been up to lately?
We're starting it off, you and me.
Let's just start off with far left.
All right. I'm gonna be an uncle for a second time. Yay.
Again?
Yeah, I know, right? What? No, it doesn't.
Hey.
It's fine. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Getting a new job soon. Gonna be finally leaving retail, so that's gonna be fun. What else
Start
is going on?
cooking stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Start cooking for people left and right. That's nice.
In a high end place.
Some booger
Nice.
sugar.
At least it's a high end
Dude,
place.
you start cooking booger sugar?
I hope not.
I was thinking like
You
some
never know.
racist stuff because like you're Hispanic and like the kitchen of like every fast food restaurant is a bunch of Hispanics and
You know
stuff.
what's funny? Yeah, I mean, I already met my staff, so yeah, it's a bunch of Hispanics. It's great.
Do you
It's like,
do you
it's
fit
amazing.
in?
I
Like,
do.
oh yeah, there you go.
I hope I do. Because like we were kind of like hitting it off and just like they were asking me questions like, oh, what do you do? Like,
Is
where you
this the
from?
one dude who's like, hey fool, how you doing?
You want to come to my apartment and have sex?
Oh my God, no.
Well, no, because you were like hitting it off and stuff. So.
well, like obviously shooting the wind. Or I can't say shooting the shit, but I'm gonna say shoot the shit anyways. Like you better not bleep it. Yeah, we were just like talking. Like they were asking me like, whoa, like where you from? Where your parents are descended and stuff like that. And I found out something really funny. That there is a specific way, especially like if you live in Central America or descended from Central America, there's a proper way of saying where your family's from. So my parents are from El Salvador. So
Dope, that's me.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Me too.
white boy, love it. So apparently, like you can't say like, oh, I'm El Salvadorian because that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And,
Nope.
and that is the trigger of what sets off actual like hardcore Hispanic people. You don't say like L, you just say Salvadorian.
Right.
Because if you say it that way, it's like, yeah, you're whitewash as all hell. Like,
Right.
get out of here. Like, we don't need you. So
Yep.
like that was I feel for me like that was the better impression instead of saying like, oh, I'm El Salvadorian. Because I there's that look in the eye where Hispanic people will test you and they'll be like, okay,
It's like if you piss them off, like it's like the Mexican
yeah,
dad.
like
I do
the
remember
face
hearing
squinches.
somewhere
Yeah.
like they're very specific about how they address their race and stuff.
Yeah.
So like luckily like I know that perfectly well, but I have seen I've heard people mistake their culture and then say it wrong.
Right.
Because like
And it's just like it's not. I mean, it's funny, but at the same time, it looks bad on them too.
Yeah,
and
makes
then
sense.
it's like, well,
it's
this
like another way of disgracing your family.
kind of like how like we don't have like a lot of like Spanish speakers and they're Hispanic descent.
Okay.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's
There's
a lot of them.
surprisingly. Yeah.
And we,
It's like for example, you don't know like Khmer.
I don't really speak Khmer.
But you understand
I
it.
I actually used to be fluent when I was a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's people like that, but people who understand Khmer understand different like their native language, and they can't really speak it, but they can get by. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
basically
sad.
only understand it.
and I can't be like I can't say that I've not done that. I have judged people for like not learning Spanish because it's like, dude, you're Hispanic. Like this is something you need to know because
Right.
majority of the people that you talk to or interact to are going to be either Hispanic or English speakers. Other than that, yeah, that's been about
No,
me.
no video games.
No, dude, I've just been
No,
busy.
no TV shows.
No.
No movies.
I started rewatching Star Trek Generations again for some.
What's wrong with you?
I have no idea. I don't know why. I just started watching it, and then
I was like, I want to watch Star
That's
Trek.
like me saying like I want to watch Friends again. I never watched Friends.
I mean,
Exactly.
I already
Like I
watched
never
it
really cared
once.
for it. So, but I do want to watch The Office though. The Office. I never watch any of those shows.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can get by without it.
Yeah, you can.
But there's certain references though,
It's not
that
an
you
important
can't.
show.
All right.
But yeah.
Your turn, buddy.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. Jesus. So, well, what I did is I was working all week heavily. So for the next 4 months, I'm going to be working nonstop
That's fun.
till I die.
Oh, that's
fun.
gonna be me too. I'm
Till
busy
I
all
die.
summer.
Yeah. So it's
That's
going to be fun.
You get to work on Easter.
Yay. Yeah. So, but it's not that much though. I've been playing Devil May Cry 5.
Some more.
More. Pretty fun.
How far
Enjoy
have
the
you
game. I've gone up to the part where I defeat some boss and you get some girl.
Very very specific.
No, I don't know I don't know the name of the boss or the girl's name, but
Okay.
you become like you play as V.
I've beaten some boss. That's like.
Do you
the
play
whole
as
game.
V?
Yeah, you play V, and then you start like recognizing more powers as you go on. I think I'm like episode 7, I think, or episode 10. Like it's one of those two. Like I'm in between.
Was the boss like an angel?
Yes,
looking
the
type?
angel was a bitch to fight.
And then she drops a lady, right?
Yes.
Her name is Lady. I don't know, because I was just trying to remember. Like, I was like, wait, I think I know where he is, because I just passed that.
Probably. So I'm
Yeah,
at that
it's
point.
Lady. Yeah, it's
and then
Lady.
I started playing Division 2. It was fun. I enjoy the game. I enjoy the story mode and all that shit.
You enjoy every game you play. Every time you bring it, it's like, I enjoy the game.
I enjoy it. But
I'm
do I
just
play
pointing
it?
it out. I'm just pointing it out.
But, you know,
yeah.
could be worse. But yeah, that's about it. Nothing else. Oh, I
Giacomo's
watched.
like,
The fuck
like,
you doing?
like touching people with a brush.
Okay, but I watched Spider-Verse. We both did.
Yeah, we watched
Finally.
Spider-Verse
Just now.
today.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Finally.
And then I watched Shazam.
We all Shazam was fun.
It was. I enjoyed the movie, but I saw
like
small details that I didn't like about it.
I mean, it's supposed to be a pretty dumb movie.
No, I get that. I fucking get it. It's a dumb
good by
movie.
DC standards.
I understand it, but there's some of the shit that I don't get. The fucking characters,
What do you mean?
like the 7 wizards. Like none of them stood out to me. Even the main character. Like none of them, they don't have like resemblance like Marvel does. But like, I brain farted there.
Okay,
But no, like,
All right, well.
I never liked about the characters at all. None of them stood out the most.
okay.
They never really transitioned. Never built character. They kind of just like, yay, friendship is power, you know. And then
I guess,
fucking
yeah.
all of them defeat the 7 deadly sins.
The only thing I really didn't like about Shazam was like it was like super memey.
It's a meme show.
They were dropping
meme movie.
Yeah, they were dropping a lot of memes in there, but I mean, otherwise, I did enjoy it, and I liked it for a DC movie. I thought it was one of the better
good.
DC movies.
Yeah.
That and Wonder Woman are like the better DC movies that are out
It's
right now.
good,
So,
yeah.
It was trying to relate to the mainstream culture.
yeah.
Okay.
Really?
No, that's what I'm.
No,
I'm saying.
he's clarifying. He's clarifying. all right.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Is It Gonna Age Poorly? Is one of those movies that's gonna have a bunch of references when you watch it in 10 years and you're gonna be like,
that was so 2000 and whatever.
Probably.
Yeah,
You never know.
cringe.
Sorry, I spoiled it for you guys.
No, that's fine.
I don't think you really spoiled
Yeah, I don't think
anything.
you really spoiled anything.
I kind of did.
all I heard was Shazam and the 7 wizards.
deadly shins
Yeah, but dude, that's awesome.
Sounds
bro.
like
It's a good song. It's a good
Nanotsu
movie.
Taizai. That's what I was like.
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
Which one?
were you
I was,
watching Nanotsu Taizai? That's what I was thinking.
I
And
was-
then
I was
then you
watching
went to
that.
Shazam. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
I was watching the later season of that on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix. I don't actually like the show that much, but like at this point, I'm already obligated
Yeah.
to continue watching it.
Same
It's
thing
one of
with-
those shows right now.
with Black
Same thing with
Clover.
Fairy Tale. Like I'm still watching Fairy Tale
Oh.
because I'm obligated at this point. Because
I gave up.
I need to finish fucking Punisher. I'm like at the very last episode.
I had to
Shut up. I need to listen to the first
All right,
season.
fine.
I need to finish it. I know. I already know. I know I need to fucking finish it, okay?
Okay.
Same with the one fucking anime show I hate, Madoka. Fuck that anime. I'm sorry.
all right.
That's
Well,
fine.
anyway,
Spencer,
Hey.
what's up, buddy?
hey guys,
How you doing?
So I watched Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh,
I watched
dope.
a couple episodes of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I
Anybody
did
else?
Not really.
I watched it.
No.
It was good.
Is it good?
It's okay. It's
okay.
passable.
It's definitely like
It's an anthology
you're not gonna
show.
you're not gonna love the whole thing. You'll love certain episodes.
I thought the animation was cool.
It's got a good mixed bag of animation. There are a couple episodes which are really, really technically impressive.
Right.
There's one episode that it's very stylistic, but it is. You said you watched a couple. You watched a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched most of it.
The Witness one.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the same one who did Spider-Verse.
Really?
Yeah, same
so
animator.
The close in that episode like blow me away. Like I swear it's like live action. But then he said like, no, I didn't rotoscope anything or any of that. It's all just hand animated. And like, there's no way. Like
That was a really impressive episode.
if you watch the close in that episode, it's
Yeah.
like spot on.
right,
But other than that, lots of tits in that show.
there are.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of boobies.
Episode one, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think I counted. I think more than half of the episodes have boobies, and then
Right.
and then second to that, there's a couple dicks, and then there's like
lost there.
2 vaginas.
Yeah.
But
the-
it's like boobies up here, and then it's
brothel.
like
It's a very
dicks.
body positive
It
show.
is, yeah, for sure.
I gotta watch this then.
No, you should. It's really good.
But
it's
yeah,
cool. Shot,
it's
so.
it's overall it's pretty
hit
done.
some of the episodes are pretty hit or miss.
Yeah.
That-
Okay.
that's what most people have been saying.
Right
too.
on.
There's one later in the episode or later in the season called actually I don't remember what it's called. They're like go to a space station that's way out far out in the galaxy. They like got rerouted there, but the
I know what you're talking about.
the graphics on that one are pretty damn close. I think we're at like 80 or 90%. We're like almost there in terms of graphics.
Right.
But I think that last 10 to 20% is going to be really hard to get. Like,
right.
You know,
Like it's kind of what was the term?
Uncanny Valley. No.
I was thinking. Never mind.
I was thinking
have
of
a brain fart.
I was thinking of like one of the episodes of the Halo Legends one. That's the only thing I can relate it to. Like the realism to it, even though you can tell it's like animated CGI, whatever have you, but it's like borderline. Like it looks really close to being real.
I totally forgot about that.
There was this video I saw that was kind of showing off some of the new Unreal stuff, where it looked like really realistic. It was like it was a video on YouTube that was showing off like hyper realistic.
Was it the
it
landscape
Unreal?
one?
Yeah, I think so.
With all the rocks and all that. Yeah, so it's like on one side, like with like some of the episodes and the CGI, it's automatically going to look really good because they're just digitally scanning in people. So I mean, you have a baseline that's going to be great. It's just people just look slightly too plasticky or rubbery in a way, and I think
that's kind of hard to get rid of because with those types of jet engines, like with how lighting and stuff in those engines work, when they're doing it, like it's always going to make it look like super shiny.
Yeah. That's going to be something to overcome, and I feel like when you a lot of it, I think, is subconscious. Like you're always going to pick out things that don't look quite right. Like I think the way people move, like obviously they're doing motion tracking and they have all people doing this live action, but I feel like in between each segment of movement, it's like interpolated into enough that it's like, because people aren't perfect in the way they move.
Right.
And when it's translating into computers, I think it's missing just part of that subtlety of like imperfection. And so people are just a little too smooth and perfect and all that.
Kind of reminds me of like computer generated voices. It's really hard to get it just right.
Right.
There's like a couple Vocaloids that I can think of, but like because they're speaking in Japanese is easier to mimic with computers. But like when they start speaking English, it starts sounding really, really weird.
So Waze.
Huh?
So if you anyone that uses Waze, that's what he means.
Yeah. Computer generated voices are hard to get right.
I thought of Nick Swartzen's powder scene when he's like talking about like.
Oh, from Arrested Development?
Yeah, no, I think no, it's not. No, it's Nick Swartzen's show that he makes fun of it. And there's one scene like he's what's his name? That smart dude that he's on a fucking
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is like powdered donuts make me go nuts. Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
other than that, I've been messing with the stage editor on Smash a little bit. It's pretty fun.
People are having some
I'm
fun
curious.
with that.
Is that what's dude? There's so many memes on that shit.
I'm
dude.
curious to actually see what you actually made.
There's some pretty funny ones. Did you guys see the DVD logo one?
I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, someone just made the DVD logo that bounces
like
around. Yeah, that one's pretty funny.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to mess around. I actually didn't even try like Joker or anything like that. I just went to the stage editor and that was pretty
I
nice.
messed around with Joker a little bit.
Yeah.
I've yet to use them.
What else? I mean, other than that, I'm still playing Hitman because they do all the events and stuff. So I'm like one of the only people that still does
just
that.
Constantly still updating and adding stuff.
They have like the whole roadmap that they have for like the rest of the year.
Okay.
I have this game that I like to play called Space Engineers.
Oh, I know what you're
haven't heard of that one.
Is it the one you type and they speak?
No,
Right? That one.
That was Moonbase Alpha. That was forever ago. Anyways, it's like
rockets, right?
another autistic Minecraft like space builder thing. They just like go play for 12 hours straight. Yeah,
I know Soviet Womble played that.
I think I did see. I saw it on. It was on Steam, right?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it on Steam under like new and trending and stuff for a little bit.
You haven't seen Soviet Womble? Like he makes videos of that and like him, Cyanide.
I know his name. I know that.
Yeah, Cyanide and some other people that play that game. It's pretty how he edits it. It's pretty funny.
Okay,
so I enjoy it.
That's it, I guess.
All right.
No,
I haven't really done much in the way of playing stuff.
Testing
although
yourself?
I did play a little bit of Joker, and Joker is interesting because he doesn't really play like a standard Smash character.
Nope.
And what's really weird is he's a character that uses like a weapon, right?
He has a gun, right?
No,
It's a
yeah,
knife.
he does have a gun.
Oh.
Yeah, he has a gun, but he also has a knife. But usually, when you think of a character with like a melee weapon, you usually think of them to have like longer reach. But he feels awfully stubby for a character that has a weapon, and then he's also some of his moves are really slow, and I expect it to be faster for some reason.
Well, he has a stand.
He does, I know. But
He's a JoJo.
He's slow outside of stand mode.
Yeah.
He's slow in stand mode. So like I don't know. He feels a little bit wonky.
Yeah, he feels a little bit more like close range when it comes
Yeah.
down to the fighting.
Yeah, and so I'm having a hard time gauging like spacing and stuff when I play around with him.
Question: when you have Kirby and you copy him, does Kirby get a gun?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does?
I haven't seen it, but I
Gun's
believe
neutral B, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Kirby copies the neutral
Because
B.
he has like a real gun. Like I think I saw the picture. He has like a Tokarev pistol. And
Okay,
it's like
so in Persona in the games, it's a toy gun.
okay,
And it becomes a real gun when he goes into Persona World.
okay.
Yeah,
Mementos.
Yeah, in Memento.
All the nerds would be like, it's called Memento.
yeah. So technically, I guess in the game, it's a real gun because he's in Persona mode.
Because like
stuff,
Snake
so.
doesn't even have a real gun. Like
But he has like
Does
a
he have a
grenade,
stun
he
gun?
has the grenade launcher and the rocket
Well, I mean,
launcher,
technically
but
Bayonetta has guns.
Yeah,
she has gun
Bayonetta has guns,
shoes.
too.
She has gun shoes, right?
They're both.
She
They're
has both.
Guns.
Oh yeah, I guess she does.
Yeah.
But they're not real guns. You know what I mean? Like a real world gun.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's like a video game.
You know,
gun.
yeah, exactly. Like Fox has his blaster and all that
Right.
stuff. You know,
I love
like
how that's like the
that's the line.
That's the line. Is
Yeah.
well, it's
not a
it's
gun.
all fun.
It's just a fantasy gun.
It's all fun in games until it's a real gun, you know, and then it's like, oh man,
He means real shit.
I guess.
He means real shit.
Well,
It's a gun.
It's
a gun.
It's a replica gun
It's a gun.
that turns into a real gun in Persona World.
Yeah.
Does that cross that line for you?
is it? I mean, it's a real gun in Smash, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's a gun.
it's okay, it's a gun.
Okay.
It's such a gray area.
You can't dance around the bush. It's a gun.
I'm just waiting until Doom Guy gets into Smash because
Then it's like-
he's very much viable. It's possible.
No.
Because like anything that's been on the Switch is fair game at this
Yeah.
point. So.
I still like that episode, or not episode, that YouTube video where they splice Smash with Mortal Kombat, when they do the punch and that it shows like their bones breaking and stuff.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video a while ago. But yeah, so aside from playing Joker, I jumped into Ultra Street Fighter 4 for a little bit because I've been tired of Street Fighter 5. So I wanted to play a Street Fighter game, so I was messing around with that. Been playing T-Hawk. T-Hawk's fun.
Nice.
And then
What a disgrace.
Arnold hates that I'm playing T-Hawk for some
What a
reason. I don't know
disgrace.
why.
I mean,
why do you hate it?
I just
he's
T-Hawk.
kinda-
He's a bulky character that has stupid command grab damage.
He's basically like Zangief.
No, Zangief is viable.
Yeah.
Zangief is viable and easy to deal with.
T-Hawk-
T-Hawk is another level. It's like fucking El Fuerte.
Or Iron Tiger from Cross.
Yeah,
Or Blaze
I
Blue,
guess.
sorry.
It's like
Iron
it's
Tiger.
like I play Oni. You know how I play fucking Oni.
Yeah,
I love
You use
that.
stupid cross-up thing all
It's
the time.
good. It's bad but good.
You
Yeah.
one-trick bitch.
Yeah. I love playing evil characters. I hate that.
Playing T-Hawk. I managed to stream for a fighting game tournament. It's probably like the second biggest weekly. So like Wednesday Night
It is the
Fights
second
being the biggest
biggest.
one. This one's called Dropkick Tuesdays. It's they've jumped around venues, but
That's such a sick fucking title. Dropkick Tuesdays. I love that.
you like it?
I like that a lot.
Their logo is Rainbow Mika doing the dropkick from Street Fighter.
Nice.
But yeah, they're based over in right now. Their current venue is in Huntington Beach, so it's a long drive from here. It's 2 hours with traffic to drive over there, but they cover my gas and stuff to run the
dope,
stream and
dope.
everything
That's
for
really
them.
cool.
So I was doing that. I uploaded a VOD of it onto the channel, and I'm going to be uploading some more stuff just to see how it affects our viewership and stuff. And then I watched a bunch of stuff. I watched Black Summer, which was
I need to
weird.
start that.
So Black Summer, I have kind of mixed feelings about. I'm like sort of half and half right now because I think it's cool, but I feel like it's trying too hard to be like one of those artsy types of shows. You know what I mean?
With a zombie influence?
What?
With a zombie type influence? Okay, I see what you
Yeah,
mean.
but so basically it's they're doing the thing where there's hardly any dialogue. There's very limited dialogue.
I know 0% about what you're talking about.
Okay, so Black Summer is
either.
a summer. it's a zombie show.
Is it live action?
It's a
Yes, it's
zombie
live
show.
action.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a prequel to Z Nation, which is another zombie show.
Okay.
Z Nation being a lot more lighthearted and kind of self-aware of what it's doing. Black Summer is trying to be more serious. It takes a completely different tone from Z Nation, and it does like that sort of artsy thing where like you don't have a lot of dialogue, and like they're making it like really serious and stuff. I guess trying to be like more realistic or something. I don't know.
Okay.
There was a scene. There's a Korean character in the show that doesn't speak English.
Dope.
And there was literally a scene where it was just 5 minutes of her speaking in Korean with no subtitles, because they're trying to put us into the place of them because they can't understand her.
Sure.
And so she's speaking for like 5 minutes, and the subtitles just speaking Korean and stuff. And it was just a really weird. I felt like the execution on it wasn't super great. It just felt really forced. I feel like so. But there were some cool stuff. Like I still watched through the entire thing. So.
What is this on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I tried watching The Silence. I heard some people talking about The Silence, and I couldn't get through like a few minutes of it because the writing didn't feel good. And the main character is deaf, but she talks perfectly normal, which isn't something you usually see with a deaf person because they're not able to hear themselves when they're speaking.
Was she born deaf?
She was not born deaf.
So sometimes that contributes to it.
Really?
If you've been,
I feel like I haven't really met a deaf person that was able to speak normally. But
if it's for long enough, I mean, obviously once they go deaf, then it's gonna contribute. But you can definitely tell a difference between someone who's been deaf entirely and then
yeah, I guess I just don't know enough.
If
about
it's
deaf
perfect,
culture.
then it's not really realistic because they're gonna.
No, it was perfect.
Okay, then
She was speaking perfect.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So I don't know. I can.
I'm
I
deaf,
can make
by
it.
the way, Timothy.
Plot twist.
But yeah, I couldn't really make it through a few minutes of that show, that movie. So, and yeah, that's about it. And then I watched like a bunch of anime and stuff. So.
Speaking about zombies, you know what really passed all of us today?
What?
World War Z.
World War Z, yeah,
World
that came
War
out.
Z.
Yeah, apparently that came out. I was like,
I was not interested in that. When I saw the initial trailer for it, it looked super generic to
A
me.
lot of people are like
enjoying
claiming
it.
that it's like Left 4 Dead.
I
Like,
think
it feels
it's
like
an
Left 4
Epic
Dead.
exclusive, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think it's an Epic.
No,
I think so.
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Check on Steam.
There's a lot of games that have come out where people were like, "Oh, it feels like Left 4 Dead."
True. No, you're right. You're right about that. But this one's like really feels. But we'll see. I might pick it up. We'll
Google
see.
it right now. I want to see. See
Google
where
it.
see
Go,
where it is.
go right now. Go on.
We'll
See
pick it
what?
up.
World War Z. Is it
Where you-
on Epic Games or is it on Steam?
Where's the tab button? There it is.
Motherfucker. Yeah, there you go.
Change your
World-
theme, you weeb.
Yeah, World War
War
Z
Z.
on. Yeah, dude. Is it on Steam?
It is on.
Why don't you just go through Steam?
Microsoft window. So Microsoft Store.
No. You have to find the actual.
Yes.
Where,
Just go on Steam and just type in
Oh my god.
World War Z.
Steam. It's not on.
Oh, it
yeah.
is Epic Games.
Yeah, it's not on Steam.
No.
Damn it. Damn it.
Everything's an Epic Game Store
Damn it,
exclusive
buddy.
right now.
Damn you, Epic Games. You win this one. Damn you.
Is it going to be on a 6 months period before going on Steam again?
Probably.
It's either
never
6 months or a year. It's usually one or the two. Okay, so let's go into some of these stories that we have.
First topic of the night.
Yeah, first topic of the night. We got some details on the PlayStation 5 or quote PlayStation 5.
It's gonna be PlayStation.
It's gonna be
5.
PlayStation
Dude,
5.
I hope they call the PlayStation 5 the PS5. PS5.
Why?
Because, I don't know. Because they want to be different.
Like
Good one.
good. Yeah, that was really hilarious, Arnold.
Yeah.
You should be a comedian.
I'm going to go home now, all right?
You ever consider stand up? All right. Okay. So what were some of these things? They obviously upgraded specs. There's like some AMD stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to run an AMD chip on it. It's also going to have
Raiden, something like that? Something with Ryzen from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Ryzen.
it's an AMD Ryzen lineup. Yeah, it's 7 nanometer Zen 2 microarchitecture, which I have no idea what that means. And then it's running a
Ray
I guess
tracing.
a custom Radeon Navi GPU, which
I hate you. Anyways,
it supports ray tracing, which I guess you're gonna get like more realistic lighting effects and
Or
stuff out of it.
realistic looking
Yeah.
water.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I One of my favorite things when I get into like a video game and I see like water is like really good quality looking water. Like for some reason that's just something that
I just imagine Timothy. That kind of water is good.
That's that good water.
That's good. That's good water over there.
That's that good water.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good juice.
But yeah, I do like really nice looking water. But yeah, you're gonna get better water, better lighting effects and stuff out of that. And another thing he was talking about was like better 3D audio, because I guess there wasn't like that big of a difference between PS3 and PS4 audio.
Never really cared.
No, because the reason they tried making up for that by implementing the gold headphones from the wireless ones.
Right.
That was their way of like going around that.
Okay.
Like, and not a lot of people knew that actually. Not a lot of people knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's the only way you can make up for like what it is by buying like the gold standard headphones, because they had like the whole like Dolby 7.5
Dolby, whatever.
all
the
that
fuck.
sound. So that was supposed to make up for it, but again, not a lot of people wanted to pay $150 for it.
Yeah.
Or
But
200.
I guess Mark Cerny really wanted to emphasize getting better, higher quality audio and stuff, because that was like another thing. What I'm kind of interested in was, where is it?
PSVR.
They didn't really talk about PSVR here.
They said
But
it's
they're gonna
backward
have
compatible,
yeah.
right? I think they said you can use your old headset with the new one.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I
Yeah, there
would
it
have
is.
expected
Actually,
them
it's
to do
right
that.
there.
Yeah. But yeah, there's going to be some backwards compatibility with the previous, with PS4, I guess. But I don't think they're going to be doing it with like anything before PS4, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure not. No.
They have the whole
yeah.
service for that, the whole PlayStation Now thing.
Yeah, there is PlayStation Now. But like another big thing is the SSD. So because
right.
PlayStation's always had a really shitty hard drive, and it's always loading times has always been a major issue with the PlayStation and stuff. And they were talking about how like something that took 15 seconds to load in a game, it takes like 0.8 seconds now with the new SSD. So that's going to be interesting, and apparently it's going to be faster than any SSD we have for like PC and stuff.
Really?
That's what they said. Well, raw bandwidth is what they said, which I'm assuming is just going to be faster.
Well, we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, they can say anything's faster right now because it's in the future. Like,
yeah, that's true. We're probably going to get something even faster.
we're not there yet.
Yeah, but I mean,
it sounds solid on
Yeah.
paper, but I mean, we're gonna have to really see. I mean, it looks cool. Ray
it's kind of
tracing's
cool to finally hear some solid details about it, though.
because now there are a lot of updates to at least the RTX graphics cards, for me anyways, that I've been experiencing that have been enabling ray tracing on certain games I've been playing. So it's nice to see like they're finally slowly pushing it out.
Right.
But again, if it comes out by the time like it has at least a good footing when it comes down to actually implementing ray tracing in games, cool, great, even better, more power to PlayStation. But yeah, I'm excited. So the trade-in deals are probably going to suck ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to like ballpark what you're expecting?
I paid for the God of War edition for at the same price for $170.
You're expecting to get 170 for a trade-in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you $5 for that.
Sold.
They're freaking GameStop trade-ins are a lot like pawn
shops.
Yeah, pawn shops.
See this water bottle here? I want $100. I give you a penny for that.
I mean,
a penny's
a penny. That
penny.
seems pretty fair for a water bottle. An empty water bottle?
This is ocean sauce, okay? Shut the fuck up, okay?
All right. Anyway,
I forgot you said you were going to call that.
This one kind of this next story kind of gave me a bit of a laugh. So
A chuckle?
A chuckle. So Kotaku UK, and this really makes games journalism look even worse
It's
than it
amazing.
already
It's amazing.
looks.
Oh, we haven't even reached the surface yet. Just wait.
Yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous. But this Kotaku article. So whoever wrote it heard they were listening to one of the songs, one of the Persona
It's
songs.
Laura
that was,
Kate Dale.
Sure.
That's the article
I know. But yeah, one of the for Smash Brothers.
Birders.
God, this stupid freaking
Use your mouse.
the mouse doesn't work.
Get a
on
better
this
mouse. Get a
thing.
wireless. Get a wider mouse.
But yeah, anyway, one of the Persona songs on the Smash stage, the Persona stage in Smash Brothers, plays the song "Wake Up, Get Up, Get Out There," and Laura Kate Dale swears she heard it say.
What's the word, Timothy? What did they say?
Say
I'm going to quote this so I can't get in trouble for it.
Okay.
So here are the lyrics quoted that she thought that they were saying. Hi.
Can you sing it?
No.
Oh,
Are you ready? Ready to pick up the pieces? Let's go. Let's play retarded. I can say it. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
So what I thought was like really like how can you expect them that they're saying the word retarded in a song like this in a video game, you know? And on top of that, like they put this out without fully confirming what the actual lyrics are.
Yeah.
Which just generally makes games journalism look really bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like they did zero research on the song. And granted, they did say that there was, when they were looking up the lyrics for it, it didn't have this part of it in there because it was just like a little soft speaking portion of the song.
Female voice, yeah.
But they did reach out to the Nintendo and they decided to post this article before getting any confirmation from Nintendo or Atlas.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of ridiculous. And their response to some of the criticism, some of the backlash over this was kind of interesting too.
To Twitter.
I feel like it's one of those songs like you can mistakenly like hear. Like there's famous songs are like that.
Yes. You can kind of there are
There's
some
famous
songs
songs
like
like
that too.
yeah.
There's a term for it. I forgot what it's called, but like
it's like it's like the title of like the Bears like people like remember a certain way.
The Berenstein. The
Berenstein
Bears.
Yeah, or like Luke, I am your father, or Luke, I am your father. There,
yeah, because there's a Calvin Harris song that's called "You Used to Hold Me."
Yeah,
and my friend screwed me over. Well, with another friend of ours, and he's like, "Hey, like listen to me sing it," and he starts to sing it, and then he goes to that line where it's like, "You used to hold me," and then he says, "You used to hold meat." So it's just like a weird like just like. That
like once it's in it, you can't get rid of it.
You can't get it out of your head,
which
is understandable. But at the same time, it's like
right.
If you looked up the lyrics and you know you didn't get anything cool, don't try to pursue it. Don't try to justify that you may be right because you're 90% of you might be wrong if you don't get like the actual like facts. Right. Because that was stuck in my head for a really long time. Like I had to re-look up the lyrics and said it used to hold me, not used to hold meat.
Oh my gosh!
And yeah, that screwed me over. But again, like I feel like that was that kind of case in point. But again, like you said, there's a lot of famous songs that have that where you can change the wording and it'll sound.
Yeah, it'll sound like it. It's the same. It's the same thing that happens when people like you know like those ghost hunting shows and stuff like where they get like those voice recordings. Right?
I hear something.
Yeah, they hear something. It's like something that's really obscure. You can't really understand it, but then they're like they put subtitles and then suddenly you can hear what it's saying.
Oh, it's like Yanni and Laurel. It's like that kind of shit. Fuck that meme.
That's exactly what it is. Yanni and Laurel. Or
I do feel like Yanni and Laurel was kind of more interesting than some of the other stuff.
But that's this case.
It's like is this shirt is the dress black and blue, gold and white? That one,
or like when you hear like the "Hey, we're playing" thing, it sounds like "Kill Kids." Same thing.
I love you.
You gotta change it now.
Confirmed. Not confirmed. I was kidding.
Oh my god. Okay, so some of the Twitter backlash. Kotaku responded with Jesus, this freaking touchpad.
You kill it, buddy.
Oh my god. There we go.
Use the arrow keys.
Oh my gosh. Jesus Christ. And then now it's just all glitching out. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay, let me just open this up again. God, I really need a new one of these things. Okay, so quite the ratio. We updated the story to reflect that there may be another explanation, but due to a CMS gremlin that popped up earlier today, our updates are temporarily appearing slower than usual. It never rains, etc. For those interested, here's the update. By the way, I hate companies that do this. Discord does this also with like the gremlins and stuff are causing all these issues. The monkeys working in our server room are causing these issues and shit. I hate that for some reason.
I do too.
Yeah. Discord is definitely one of the biggest offenders
with
though.
Bungie, it's like, oh, you've reached code baboon. You've been designated by the server.
What's the one that they make fun of where it's like, oops, sorry, our page is all fucky wucky.
Wucky wucky.
All right.
So so they posted like the little update thing. A lot of Persona fans are insisting that the lyrics are retorted or retardendo, which is a musical term. We've listened again and still don't quite hear it that way, but we thought we'd update to allow that there may be an innocent explanation, and we're simply dealing with an unfortunate sound-alike. We have asked various companies involved with Persona for clarification on these lyrics, and we'll of course update again with a new reply. But like, this whole article is like them assuming what a lyric is, which isn't news, right? It's not really journalism. It's just it's a clickbait article that's just like, hey, it sounds like this, and but yeah, like this person's like, hey, you should probably delete the article if you misheard of the lyric instead of just putting a footnote and leaving the article there,
Redact your article.
And then they responded to this. If I can freaking.
It's like the one meme. It's like,
sorry guys, more technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
You can't say those words. It's Easter tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Spencer. I'm sorry I offended your little boy heart.
It's okay.
But yeah, they responded, we'll update when we hear back. In the meantime, many folk are telling us it's retorted or retardendo or retard it, which is again a musical term. The curious thing is they go Google the lyrics while the official transcript misses this part out. There's no retort it. And like I understand that the lyrics don't have the actual portion in there, but still, like there's plenty of research that you can do on those lyrics, and they shouldn't have posted this article before they had concrete.
Yeah, they should redact this, period.
Yeah.
Like, there's no shame in redacting it. Just know that you're wrong. You're wrong. That's it.
And the problem
Accept
is,
it.
this also makes Nintendo look bad for having this article here when it's
not only Nintendo, but it also makes freaking Atlas look bad.
Yeah, it makes Atlas and it makes everyone look bad.
Well, if they don't have that article, then they have no article, and then they have to put something like Ninja's influential gamer or some stupid article like that.
Well, speaking of that, since we're probably gonna move past that anyways.
Yeah.
Point simple being that no other article besides Kotaku UK has made a story about this. Yeah. So we know it's all BS, and they just want a clickbait story.
It's clickbait. But this next story, I know you're very passionate about this.
Yeah, let's go.
It's like,
woo! I'm ready. Let's go.
All right,
I'm ready to fight.
Go ahead and introduce this story then.
So,
wait. Is
Ninja
true like influential?
We'll see.
Okay.
So,
please be continued.
Time 100 article put out an article for Ninja.
Look at his face,
Mr. Fortnite, Mr. Face. I play with Drake, Mr.
I play with all these
blue
celebrities.
hair, Mr. I got my face on a Red Bull can,
Mr. I got like $1 million studio room, whatever.
And before we start this, I want to point out that I am no one to hate on him. He makes money for what he does. It's just more about the article that I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with Ninja himself.
I don't have an issue with Ninja either.
You got to make your bread. That's all I got to say. But, so this article pretty much like entails of like, oh, hey, Tyler Blevins, who plays Fortnite, played with Travis Scott and Drake. Oh, he's gaming, like he's the reason where gaming is today.
He's the most influential gamer in the world.
Wait, I thought that's how gaming started.
No, gaming has a lot more like detail basis if you really think about it.
Oh, please do tell me more.
Developers, who've made really good games, like Halo 3, or even good back game, then Super Nintendo. Way back then, like gaming in itself has come a long way since Super Nintendo, Commodores, Dreamcast, like things like that. Like Blevins is not the face of gaming. Yeah. He's the face of, I would say, Fortnite.
Like he made the gaming culture popular.
I would say popular for what it is in this generation. Yes.
Yeah. And for all the people, like to clarify for like the listeners and viewers and stuff, you're speaking of like this line right here where it says Ninja was huge in building up the credibility of esports. Where like they're basically saying he was the reason why esports is where it's at, why it's credible and everything.
Also wrong.
Yeah.
Because way before Blevins was in esports, we still had Call of Duty, we still had the NBA games, we still had Halo, League of Legends. We had all this before Blevins.
Yeah.
But he probably played
recently
those.
What? Like it's only been a span of 6-7 months since the last Fortnite tournament where they had like all the streamers play with like rap artists and like NBA players, NFL players, things like that.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't know when was that though.
Okay.
But it happened like a long time ago.
It did happen a long time ago. Now they're like, oh, we're doing a World Cup. Okay.
Why?
Why are you going to make a World Cup? There's no point in making a World Cup for Fortnite. It's already popular as is. There's really no actual dedicated Fortnite actual tournaments that you'd go all around the world like Overwatch does, Rainbow Six Siege does it. League of Legends,
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. There's
Call of Duty does it, surprisingly.
No part of esports that has this. Not to mention, and
I definitely agree. Fortnite's not really an esports game. It's a game that people just play.
Anyone can play it at home. Yeah. Like it's not like you've been playing this game.
Yeah.
People play this game for hours on a day. but like there's no way of like training and like
there's not
there's strategy to it, but like there's
a lot
nothing
of
much.
very random elements associated with Fortnite, and it's not the game that you think of when you think of esports, because there's not really a lot of esports leagues for
like
it.
Melty Blood.
League of Legends and Call of Duty and all those stuff, like they have esports leagues, Counter-Strike, right?
Right.
Those are big esports games, but this Fortnite isn't really what made esports.
Right.
Yeah.
And having Blevins the face of gaming is also incorrect too, because he's made it influential in the sense that he's
the most popular streamer, and he brought a lot of people into a lot of mainstream people into gaming. And with
he
Fortnite.
has a lot of endorsements, which is fine.
Yeah.
Red Bull gives him a face on. He's been in Samsung's commercial for the Note 9.
Note 9.
Okay, cool. You've taken someone who's popular.
Or the 10.
Had that been anybody else besides him, I guarantee you it would have been the exact same thing. Like
Shroud.
Right.
Like Shroud. Yeah, Shroud.
Or someone 1G.
You know, some lucky guy was like, hey, I'm going to play with Drake. Like, I remember that night clearly when that first happened. I was moderating like 3 channels for 2 of my friends. We were playing Overwatch. And then all of a sudden, like, I get a ping and it's like, oh, like on the, because I guess, I had it set to like the hottest video trending.
Right.
And then sure enough, it was like Ninja. I'm like, oh, I've never heard of Ninja. I wonder who this guy is. And then I started to see what he does, and like, oh, cool, he does Fortnite. That's really cool. And then that's when it happens, like, oh, hey, I'm playing with Drake, and Drake's playing with him. And then Travis Scott comes out like, wow, this really blew up really big. Cool. And then from there on out, it was like this whole massive snowballing of just like all this popularity.
Right.
And yeah, granted, he was getting money. Like he was like gaining all his viewers and followers. He started getting on like Ellen and like being questioned like, oh, you're the most popular Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
But way before Ninja, there's other popular streamers. There's Dr. Disrespect, who's
Summon 1G, Shroud. There's fucking
Tim the Tab Man.
There's King George TV. There's other streamers. He plays Rainbow Six Siege. But
some of the FaZe guys, they're
FaZe
popular.
Clan.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that whole situation with popularity with a rapper or like an NFL player, it could have happened to any of those guys.
Right.
Nothing special about Blevins. He's great at Fortnite. Don't get me wrong. It's just he's not the face of what gaming is. Maybe for this generation for Fortnite, but not an entitlement of what gaming actually is when it's come so far via like all these developments, all these great games, all these like cherishable moments, like all the hard times and the dedication that developers and studios have created for games. Gaming is so much more than just a mainstream esports. Now that we're fucking calling it as an esport. Which shouldn't be an esport, because I remember when esports were coming up, they had certain like regulations and certain like standards you had to be in order for it to become an esport. Like it had to be strategical, it had to be like it had to have like an objective and all this and that. Like Fortnite doesn't really have an objective, just be stay alive.
Yeah. I think Ninja really got picked primarily for the fact that he is popular and a lot of people know this man's name because of Fortnite and everything. What I thought was kind of funny about this little article thing was the person that wrote it was an NFL football player, not really anyone that knows anything about gaming in particular, and yet he picked the person for the gaming space.
I wasn't going to point that out. But okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're right. Like again,
it doesn't stand credibility. Does this guy
there's
have
no credibility. He doesn't stand on credibility because you're an NFL player. You know what you know. Journalism, you can ask questions. But I mean, like, you really don't have like some kind of backup of your. And that's sad. You know, it's sad to say like no one can do like I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Not maturity. Oh my god, amateur like journalism, because that nowadays that's like really frowned upon if you don't get all your information correctly.
Sure. We were just talking about the Kotaku article. Yeah, like not getting information correct.
I just feel like Ninja just blew up way too fast within like the past year with all this stuff. Like he's gonna blow out his steam soon.
Not to mention
he is already.
He is already, but what I'm saying, like,
it's just like how like
the article in itself, like, just doesn't
do any good.
Portray, because it's taking gaming and just putting Blevins' face on it. Blevins, my bad, his face on it. And then if you look at the tweets, like every like thread, but not every thread, every tweet or reply to that is no, this guy's not the game, like the face of gaming, this and that, like he's not gaming, like, take the shit off, like blah blah.
He definitely made gaming more mainstream and more acceptable, but kind of more acceptable.
I would say gaming in the sense that it's still directed to Fortnite and not more anything else.
Yeah,
because it had
the face of Fortnite.
He's the face of Fortnite. Let's be real. Had the article been more like outreach to other esport games, I would understand, and then also add like more other people who influence those types of categories. But to say that he is an influencer for gaming is incorrect,
right?
Because it's more safe to say he's an influential person for this generation who like to play Fortnite, but that's about it. And granted, like, why would you give a 9-year-old fucking Red Bull with Levin's face on it? I saw a 9-year-old drink Red Bull a couple of days ago.
Dude, kids start so early nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He was drinking it, and he's
Pretty
like,
soon you're gonna see 5-year-olds in the street doing meth.
and
Dude,
he's-
5-year-olds just do lifting weights. They
Ninja was
want to
doing
get
it.
swole.
yeah, that's exactly what it said. It's like, oh, because Ninja drinks it too. I like to drink it. Because a random lady asked this kid, like, why are you drinking that? She's like, oh, because Ninja drinks it. Like, Ninja, like, this is my favorite guy. I'm like, motherfucker, are you fucking, like, dude.
That's bad for you.
That's terrible. Like, first off, who's the clerk that sold you that? Or B, what irresponsible parent bought you a Red Bull?
Yeah.
You're like 9, 10 years old. Why the hell are you drinking this shit?
Yeah.
And because Ninja's face is on it.
That's
I bet they
acceptable.
did it for money.
Well, of course it's for money. I mean, yeah, you got to make your bread, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, I mean, if you can sleep at night, go for it, bro. Like, that's on you. But article, yeah. All right, end rant.
Who wants to talk about GameStop?
Here, hold on.
Me.
Hold on. Hold on, because you
He's
guys
calling
closed.
you out
Yeah,
because you were
'cause-
heated.
Yeah, you're heated.
I'm good.
All right, go ahead and introduce GameStop for us. Then.
Oh shit.
GameStop allowed a new ruling in their policies for
Returns.
returns,
This
which
is
gives
stupid.
you a 48-hour period to return your game for store credit of the full price of the game.
This shit's stupid.
Yep.
It's so stupid. Like, why? Why
It's
would you?
super stupid because people have been asking for this for a very long time. A lot of people were very frustrated with not being able to return their games when the game sucks. Like
And get their
Fallout
money
76
back.
Yeah,
They get their money back. They're
Right.
not getting money back.
Yeah.
They're getting a credit and
Yeah.
not including the sales tax. So here in California, it's what, 9% now?
Right.
So it's $65.39 after tax. You don't get $5.39 back.
Yeah.
You get the 59. You still lose out $5. That's how they get, obviously, like, even though it's small change,
Right.
but built that over like the span of chains of people that are doing that, it's going to build up.
Sure.
And it will make up for like a game or two. But at the same time, they're also getting an influx of open box games that they will probably put into pre-own, put $5 off.
That's where
of,
they
I mean.
make all their money too, is the pre-owned games.
Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make
God,
it doesn't
Jesus.
make it doesn't make sense to like have like some kind of like rent system, because it feels like a rent system. It's like, oh, okay,
Right.
I didn't like it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get my 59 back. Oh, I got to pay a $5.39 difference. Okay, cool, whatever. And they're doing that again. So it's like they win-win in a sense. But at the same time, they're also building a stock of like used games,
Right.
which they still lose money.
Okay.
Even though pre-owned, if you have the card, it benefits you. But if you're just gonna be like, oh, cool, I bought this, cool, I still have a week to return it. Oh, I didn't like it, bring it back. At least that's from my point of view from seeing it.
Right.
And like the way like
It's this giant blockbuster that's gonna die
what was
out.
the
Yeah.
exact policy? It was like they were allowed to return it for credit after 2 days, right?
No, it's like
within 2 days.
Within
Yeah.
2 days. After 2 days, that'd be dumb. Yeah, within 2 days, and I guess they're starting with Days Gone. As
Yeah.
the
How would
first
you
game
feel
that-
if you were the developer of that game and they're like, starting with your game, we're gonna let people return your game? Like,
pissed. I would be furious.
Yeah, no, that's not very good PR for them. That sucks. But yeah, they're starting with Days Gone, and I saw something here with like a little system that some people were thinking about utilizing when
I
this thing
love that
starts.
face.
What face?
Scroll up.
Where is it?
That guy. There it is.
That's a face
Anyway,
a mother
okay.
could love.
Yeah, so this guy, I guess some places allow you to return used games within 7 days.
Yes. So used games, you have 7 days to return it.
Okay, it's been a long time since I've actually walked into a GameStop, or not walked, like bought a game from GameStop. So yeah, so they made this system. It's like you buy a new game, you play it for 2 days, return it for a full refund. You buy the same game used, and then play it for 7 days and return it for a full refund. So you get
You never lose money.
Yeah, you never lose money. You get
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually been an implemented system as far as I've known for a long time. Yeah, I had people do that too.
yeah.
And it sucks, but at the same time, it's like it's really hard to fight against because it is part of the policy.
Right.
It's really, really hard to fight unless like you put some kind of like flag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's more of a flag. Like at one point or another, like it'll reach on the computer like a flag, and they'll like deny you of like doing this again because they know that you've been renting in a sense.
Okay, but do you think like a little bit later when they after they implement this whole system, do you think they might take it back because they're losing a bunch of money from people doing this?
Definitely.
So
I mean, GameStop is like going.
They're going super
hard
downhill. Their stocks have been plummeting like crazy and stuff. I remember there was like an article about them like failing some sort, like they were trying to sell the company off to another company, and
and they backed out.
Yeah, they backed out. Like the GameStop's not in a good place because a lot of people, they don't really buy physical games anymore.
Yeah, and we talked about that too. Like we talked about like how the generation's going into a digital age.
Yeah, even with like console gaming, people are primarily buying digital games for their consoles too.
The new Xbox is going to be discless. It's going to be all digital, and like honestly, like Microsoft doing that is going to be the first step for everything else.
Right.
Like even now, like on my Switch, like it's hard for me to keep a game on like without having to like have
lose it
or something. Like I will buy it digitally, like or for example, like I bought Dragon Ball Z Heroes, the trading card game for the Switch, because our store didn't have it. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like I lost out on the cards, but at the same time, like I'll never lose the game.
I mean, with Switch, I prefer going primarily digital for the Switch because it's a portable console. I don't want to have to lug around like all these physical cartridges for it. So yeah, just in most instances, a lot of people are going primarily digital. But like, I'm also the type of person that likes to collect stuff.
Yeah. Again, like that's you though. But like again, like we're slowly. Yeah. Our generation is slowly, staying towards that path. Yeah. But in this newer generation, it's all digital. Like parents don't want to leave their house. Kids don't want to leave their home. They'll just buy digitally. They'll just grab it from like their mom and dad's wallet, put in the numbers and buy it in digitally. And then when the bill comes in, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh, I bought a game. Like, oh, well, you can't return it.
It's like a similar thing with like, with audio. Right. It's like people listen to music. It was started from cassettes to CDs to iPods, now to Spotify.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No one downloads music anymore.
Nobody owns music anymore.
People just play it. Yeah. It's like
it's
like
sad.
that.
It's sad because I used to own like a lot of CDs and a lot of
dude. I used to have an iTunes library of like 2,000 like songs on it, even more, and probably like another bank of like storage that I illegally downloaded through LimeWire.
What do you think, Spencer? What do you think about all this?
I think that
Spencer's struggling with the little mic stand.
I think that it could work either way. It depends on how many people take advantage of the system. I think that if I feel like your general consumers are going to go through the process of like buying it, returning it, then buying it, returning it. I mean, definitely people are going to take advantage of that. Yeah. And they might introduce new policies, as someone was saying on there, to kind of prevent that.
Right.
But I mean, you do have to kind of invest some money into their system if you're going to be doing that. And once your money is in there, it's kind of like Steam Wallet and stuff. Like you've converted your money into like GameStop money, right? It's not going anywhere else. So I feel like, I mean, worst case scenario, they start losing money and they're like, well, we're just on our way downhill anyways. This didn't work and anything else.
I guess GameStop's going out of business now.
Yeah, they don't really have much.
Going the way of EB Games.
They don't have much to lose except for money, which they're losing anyways.
I forgot about that, dude. EB Games.
Yeah. EB Games still exists in Canada.
It still exists in Canada. I think EB Games is the primary company in Canada, whereas down here it's GameStop. Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I'm wondering if GameStop should just focus on like cater to like kind of our generation stuff of collectors,
right?
And just kind of shift towards more like a hobby store, like a gaming hobby store, and then minimize on actual games. So just sell like collectibles and stuff like that.
That's kind of what they're starting to do already with like a lot of they're starting to sell a lot of like pop figures and like those statues and stuff, collector statues and whatnot. So they're already kind of going in that direction. I remember I saw tablets and stuff in there too at one point. So.
I just also remembered of the fucking. Oh, I had something in my head and I completely forgot.
Another brain fart.
Yeah, dude, I've been having this tonight.
Going back to like the whole digital physical shift to digital. I'm just trying to like imagine like a future where people's like game rooms and man caves and stuff have like no bookshelves.
Yeah.
Everybody just has digital stuff. Like it's just kind of sad to think about because like man caves always look cool because it's like all the shelves with all these cool stuff and everything. And then just
hard drives. It's just hard drives. It's just hard drives.
Oh, there you go.
This micro SD has all my Switch games. This one has
this baby.
It's like now remembered. It's because like when I remember GameStop used to do like you could trade in your your electronic device,
Mm-hmm.
like with all that shit. I tried to do that once in my life because I needed to buy a game, and I tried changing my iPod 3rd gen, and they asked like what kind of gigs it was. I think it was like 125. And
Right.
I got like $30 out of that. And I'm started wondering like, whatever happened to those people that like had those traded ins. Like, what did they do with the devices after? Like, because they don't have it anymore. They don't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm always wondering what they do with this
When they
stuff.
take in trade-ins, they usually like resell it. Like
Yeah,
when people trade in like a PS3, they
But
usually
you're not
sell
gonna
the PS3
you're not gonna
again.
go like, hey, I'm gonna buy a phone from GameStop, or I'm gonna get like a tablet from GameStop,
Right.
It's like, what do they do after the
other
people?
thing is they probably just recycle it, and it's just a way to get you into the store and buy a new thing because they're not really they're still making a profit
Well,
when
no,
they
yeah.
That's why the trade in is so low.
Why are you crying?
My eyes are watering a little bit because like allergies and shit.
I know
My
you-
allergies have been going nuts these past few
Dude,
days.
these 2 weeks, these allergies, I fucking hate them.
Allergies and crane mosquitoes. What else?
The crane flies, I feel like they're starting to go away.
Dude, you
There's
look
still like one or
it
two.
straight up looks like you're crying
I know.
so hard.
I know.
It's okay, Dan. It's okay.
It's okay about the GameStop thing, okay?
He's just
Your room
sad
will
at the
not-
state of gaming is just
Yeah.
going down.
These stories are so sad. Gaming's going in
your
such
room
a...
is not going to be filled with hard drives. It's okay.
No, my room is covered in foam,
Foam.
and boobies. Anime boobs. All right. Anyway, this one was kind of funny. It's this with we were talking about the Smash Brothers stage builder earlier.
Can I get a yay?
So there's
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I
people-
get a yeehaw?
stage builders?
Cool,
win-
all right, cool. I didn't know I get a yeehaw.
Yeah, no one wants to
Fuck
yeehaw
y'all.
for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, basically the inevitable happened when you're allowing people to make stuff for your game, and people are putting like dicks,
Double dick, dude.
double dick dude, and other stuff. Jesus, I need a new one of these.
Use your arrow keys. Ta-da!
Oh, look at
It's so
that!
smooth.
But yeah, people are like putting like dicks in like a bunch of memes and shit and
The one that you sent me.
inappropriate stuff.
I hate you.
Oh yeah.
Aquafina? Aqua?
Aqua from Konosuba.
Okay.
There's a
Stage
there's
builder.
a stage built around her, and it's
on
when
her
you,
butt.
and when you click or rather, I think it has an automatic like switch on because
Right.
you now have that ability to like make moving objects.
Uh-huh.
It's her.
Moving
twerking.
your butt. Yeah,
Twerking.
basically, yeah.
It's I'll send it to you later, but it's the most funniest thing ever. And then like, I mean, I've seen the dark side of it, and I've seen the funnier side of it,
Right.
where it's like the dark side is like, yeah, you have like dicks on dicks on dicks,
Swastikas.
swastikas. What else did I see? Someone made like someone redid the pit from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
I gotta find that. I'll show you guys.
The lotion.
The lotion, yeah, the Buffalo Bill scene. Where it's
It
like,
puts the lotion on its skin.
yeah.
Oh, God, no.
So like that's kind of like I would say like kind of funny, but also like a
little bit dark,
a little bit dark. But yeah, dude, like.
Yeah.
But I have seen some cool stuff. Like I have seen some like really cool shit. Like a lot of people have been like redoing like old stages
Right.
from like the old Melee games, or really funny like stupid ass. Like someone tried to make the
DVD thing.
well, the DVD thing
You guys
was
should
funny.
look up the DVD thing.
Someone tried doing the Squirtle stage like from
Poke floats.
the bro. No, it's like natural Squirtle.
Oh, okay.
And like,
Squirtle squad.
and it looks deformed and retarded, and it's just funny as shit. But yeah, like I think it's funny. I think it's cool. Like the
I've seen-
creativeness of it all.
I just seen so many memes with that. Not
Oh,
with
of
the
course.
stage builder, but there's so many like things with Joker going on right now, and like I can't handle it, dude.
I like
It's-
the cool part to me is like I never really played much of it, but I know of it, and I've done a little bit. Is the whole Forge thing with Halo?
Right.
How people make their own game modes.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
I've seen a little bit of that with the stage creator. I saw a couple different like special stages that made it essentially like a little game. Like
Right,
there was
right.
like an ice avalanche one where a bunch of ice blocks come down. You have to
Oh.
dodge them and stuff like that. So I think that part's really cool. People,
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what kind of like people do to push it. You know,
can definitely get really creative and make
It's like
some really
Mario
interesting
Maker.
stages. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
Mario
yeah, it's a
Maker
little
in a
vanilla
sense
Mario
because it's
Maker.
like people can go crazy with the Smash and shit.
Did
Yeah.
Mario Maker have like issues like this?
Yes
'Cause
and no.
I didn't really hear about it.
No, the thing is, because their levels are super fucking hard that no one can beat. and only like the 0.001% chance you can. Everyone fucking gives up on that.
It was more like there wasn't really more of a funny like context to the Mario makers. It was more like, I want you guys to play my really hard, super hardcore dedicated map versus Smash, which is fun, cool, salt, crying,
right,
tears, laughter.
This is a lot. Smash is getting a lot more traction too.
Yeah,
it's a much
and it's like,
larger audience.
That's true.
Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure Mario Maker had like more limitations than Smash did when it first came. Like when
it was on the Wii U.
Yeah, it was on the Wii U. First off, so there was I think a lot more like I guess child friendly statures for it.
Sure.
And now that it's on the Switch, people are just going apeshit because there was no stature of like limitations. But obviously, besides like it being accepted through the upload, if it recognizes through the algorithm of like, oh, what's appropriate and what's not.
So this kind of reminds me, I remember Maple Story 2 was kind of having an issue. We talked about it.
Yeah.
There's no like photos that we can show?
There was the dick one. This is
it's also really a lot more satisfying to be able to
one was a trans flag.
You can hand draw a dick in this instead of like a Mario Maker.
Input and shit.
Uganda Knuckle!
Uganda Knuckles.
That's awesome.
But yeah, this reminds me of what happened with Maple Story 2 because they were having like player-made items that they were putting in the shop, and people were making like make America Great Again hats and stuff, and a bunch of other shit.
When was this?
Yeah, this was a
while back.
This was like early on when Maple Story 2 like had just come out.
Oh, right. I forgot Maple Story 2 came out.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Maple Story 1. I'm like,
oh, no.
What?
Yeah, no, Maple Story 2, they had like the player-created shop and stuff, and people were putting MAGA hats and shit in there, and they had to start regulating it. And yeah, Nintendo's starting to regulate this now too. They're starting to take stuff down, and like there's trans rights stuff and stuff that's getting taken down now because it's being political and everything, and people are upset about that.
Look at all that. What the?
Birdo is trans.
DK trans rights.
Oh my god.
Link is trans.
Birdo is trans.
I'm gay and trans.
Giacomo's dying in the background, by the way.
With some of these, but yeah. So here's, we got Johnny.
He's literally dying in the background. I hope the gay caught that.
Anyway, we got Johnny over here.
Nice.
Yeah, Uganda Knuckles, a panda.
That's what I'm saying though. Like I mean, as funny as memes as it is, like Uganda Knuckles is funny, but I'm sure it's also politically like offensive and a more racial slur.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Uganda Knuckles because it's kind of racist.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I mean. Like it has a good, it has a dark side. Yeah. I mean, again, like there was really no stature of what you can't do. It's more like, okay, let your imagination run wild, but at the same time, like Nintendo also knows that they knew this was gonna happen. Like let's be real, like.
They knew what's up.
After all new like the Bowsette stuff, like come on, how did they not see that?
right.
Like, let's be real.
A lot of the regulation right now, it's like manually being done too. Like it's based off of like stuff that's getting reported.
Dude, Reggie is like getting like all these pictures like in a file on his computer. Like yes, just laughing his ass off. Like I'm so glad I left Nintendo so I can enjoy this properly.
Speaking of Reggie, did you see that video that I sent to you guys about the Reggie chair controversy?
Oh yeah,
get him a better chair.
Basically, there's like this thing where someone caught that he was on like a Herman Miller Mira chair, which is like one of the lower end Herman Millers, and. He's like he's the president of Nintendo America. You should have a better chair. Yada yada yada.
I don't know if I saw or like I may have missed. Yeah.
It's not a cheap chair.
Yeah,
someone I think
chair.
made
the Mira's like $300, and then the Aeron's like $1,200.
Someone made a GoFundMe for his chair.
It wasn't a GoFundMe. It was like a Change.org petition.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's I thought what I saw.
Yeah.
Dear too much. Oh my God. Perfect. That's perfect.
So basically, that's the extent of what I have here today.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
After what, a 2-week hiatus of like no news.
Yeah, it's been a cool minute since we did a podcast because we've been really busy and stuff. So.
Damn, I was busy.
Yeah, life is changing.
Life's hard.
Life's a bitch.
Life's hard.
I made a Super Smash Brothers stage that has the word "fuck" made out of lava.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can technically still. You don't have to have online requirement to make stages, do you?
You can just make them.
Yeah,
you can just make them. Yeah,
it's just the ones that get uploaded are the ones getting like reported and shit.
Imagine that though. Like if you create a stage offline, and Nintendo's like, nah,
no, you can't have.
You can't have that shit in here.
When I first started playing it, if you draw like invalid shapes, it says you can't draw this, and I was like, oh no, can you not draw dick shapes on here? Like, it knows.
Anyway, if you guys have any topics or questions for us, you can send them on over to heywereplaying@gmail.com. That's HeyWereplaying@gmail.com. And if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that and subscribe to us on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, all your favorite podcasting services. Give us a rating there to help us, progress. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Have a happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Giacomo.
I love you, Jack. Ow!
Nice. That's right.
Praise God. Love Jesus.
Jesus Christ, that's right.